okay. Oh, me, recording. Okay, let's try that again. This time without it going wrong. So those of you just joining us, sorry. We're in the middle of a warm-up. We graphed this first one by going up 4 and then up 3 over 1. It didn't quite fit, so we had to go down 3, left 1. And Eric just successfully graphed this guy by putting the y equals -2 down here, and then thought of that slope as 0, because it goes up 0 over whatever you want, and we make that horizontal line. And I'm going to label that number 2. I'll label that number 2. Now, as for number 3, let's see if I can get a little help. Taylor, how would you graph number 3? Oh, wait, what color should it be? Sorry. Green. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, y equals 6. Continue. Yeah. Down 1, right 1, 2, 3, 4. And I love that you were saying you didn't have room. Like, you wanted to go up 1 and left 4, which would have been a completely okay thing to do. Very good. Now, guys, please don't do this. This happens a lot where people will say, aha, beep, and they make their line. Well, not like that. Not quite that bad. Hang on. Let me see. There. And they'll just be like, there's my line. Yay! Like, guys, please don't do that. Lines go forever both directions, so I want you to have some, like, follow-through, like, confidence in your line. And then we can say that that is line number 3. How many of us were able to get all 3 of those and don't feel too alarmed by that? You guys doing okay? Great. So how about number 4? What are we going to get for our equation on number 4, Gwen? What did you get for your equation on number 4? How many of us got y equals 4 plus 3 over 4x? How many of us got something really close to that? We just need to change one thing. Do you think you see what it is, Gwen? Yeah. So tell me what to write instead. And we're going to simplify that into y equals 4 minus, and I think it's 4/3, right? 4/3. Yeah, because it's your change in y over change in x. So I think you got it fixed up in both ways. How many of us got y equals 4 minus 4/3 x? Very common mistakes. You miss that minus because it's down 4, right 3, and a negative over a positive as always. Negative, yes. Okay, sorry. I don't know if that was clear what I was doing. Anyway, will you guys open up your planners to page 72? It's National Milk Day. Hey, how many of us have already had some milk? How many of us are planning on having some milk later? How many of us, out of spite, are obstinately going to not have milk today because no National Day can tell me what to do? All right, there you go. Indeed. All right, what is our first essential question? And I would love to get that from Brian. Don't be. Yeah, what can we expect from tomorrow's skill check? Just so you know, guys, I won't be here tomorrow for that skill check. There'll be a substitute, but they'll have pretty clear instructions on getting your anti-cheat binders out. They're going to hand you your skill checks and some instructions that go with them so that you know what to do when you're done with it. There's actually kind of a cool artistic side to it if you finish early that I would love to see you do. If not, that's such is life. Just do what you can and you'll be okay. And I should be back on Thursday, okay? I should be back on Thursday. By the way, Jeopardy this week, that's enormous. This language is infamous for its long words, like Reinfleische Ticketierung Superwachen Saufgaben Übertragungsgesetz, which means a committee formed to investigate the legality of certain canned beef labels. I'm afraid that it's not Dutch, but maybe if I put an accent into it, you might actually be able to get it. Here we go. Words like Reingefleischt, Kitterrassung, Überraschung, Saufenhaben, Übertragen, Onsegetz.
Russian?
Not Russian. German. German. It's German. It's German. It turns out that German has all kinds of words like this, where things that you and I would use like many words to describe. Like, I might describe Dana. as the girl who sits all the way to her left of table G. But in German, that would be one word. She would be like, Der Frauensession Seise as in G's and Taubeltuver, or something like that. Anyway, and then in the water, that's a whale. That is a whale. Yay, yes.
I was thinking
Yeah. Yeah.
just the way, like, it sounds
It does.
here, like,
I totally hear you. I totally hear you. We're going to go Jack and Anita. Jack.
why does that whale look like he got to beef with someone? Like, why is
Do you know what? It was because originally I made it like a white whale, like it was supposed to be Moby Dick, but then like it looked too much like a shark, and then I put a spout on it, and then it looked like a shark with a spout, so I colored it blue, and it's just like it really didn't turn out. But we got whale, so I'm gonna count it. All right. Now, underneath your warm up, got a pencil? Today's topic is slope-intercept. Skill check review. Slope-intercept skill check review. Let's make sure that everything's as it should be. Hello? We're here. We're here. Can I even open that one? Nope, that's going to cause problems. Okay. Okay, so slope-intercept skill check review. Guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a coordinate plane. I apologize in advance. It's going to be big, but that's the way it is. Guys, make a coordinate plane that goes 12 each direction, okay? Make a coordinate plane that goes 12 each direction. That's not right. That's better. Okay, so while you're making that, guys, it's okay. We're not starting just yet. I know it takes a minute to get these made. I just wanted to tell you this skill check is going to be a little different than most of your other skill checks in a lot of ways. Number one, it's got it's on paper. It's not on Canvas because, I mean, you can't really type this in, right? Like if I say graph y equals 7x plus 3, you can't really type that in very easily. And there's no system that really lets that happen. And besides, I think doing it by hand is better. Also, it's leveled a little bit weirdly. It basically, there's 4 types of things that you need to be able to do. It's like there's these 3 pieces of information. And if I give you one, your job is to come up with the other two. Like if I give you the equation, you need to come up with the graph and the slope and the y-intercept. If I give you the y-intercept and the slope, you need to come up with the graph and the equation. If I give you the graph, you need to come up with the equation and the y-intercept and the slope. If you can do all those things, you'll get a 3, and we'll talk about a level 4 here at the end. So everything's going to be like this. There's a single coordinate plane that you will have. If you don't have to make one for yourself tomorrow, you will have a coordinate plane, and the first part of it, there will be 4 lines on it. And your job is going to be to show me what is the equation, what is the slope, and what is the y-intercept of those lines. So for example, will you draw the line that goes through 0, 9? So everybody put a dot on 0, 9. And then another one on 8, 3. And go ahead and connect them. This is basically exactly what your skill check is going to look like. I don't know why my line tool is acting so funny today. I don't know why my tablet's acting so funny today. I don't know why I'm acting so funny today. Let's work it the whole way through. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Kind of. That's like not the best. Hey, no, maybe. Yeah, I'll say. Ooh, that's pretty good. And it'll have a label on it, right? Like, just so you know, and I want you to actually put this on here because I want this review to look just like your skill check tomorrow, okay? This is just like your skill check tomorrow. Now, this is the front side. It's going to have a couple of lines like this that you're going to give me the equation for. And here's what you're going to come up with for me. On the other side, it'll say number 1. M equals B equals, you're going to tell me the slope M and the y-intercept B. And then you're also going to give me the equation. So will you guys talk to each other? If there's a line that goes through 0, 9 and 8, 3, what is its slope, M? What is its y-intercept, B? And what is its equation? Talk to each other, and here we go. Woohoo! Teach! That's me.
For the accent thing, will you ever add accents of different, for instance, an accent for Mario?
I mean, things like that, sure. There's characters in there. I don't think Mario's one, because I can't do a very good Mario. If I could do a better Mario. There's an Italian, but he doesn't sound well like Mario. He sounds like my wife's cousin who's from Italy, is who that guy is. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Jack, what is the slope of this line? Oh, awesome. So there's the equation. Very good. So that's the equation, and that's part of it. Now, the other part is we need to know what the slope and the y-intercept is. So what is the slope of the line y equals 9 minus 3/4 x? Sydney, what would the slope of that line be? That would be the y-intercept, b. So what's the slope? Almost. Not quite. Negative 3/4 because of that minus sign. That's what we're looking for, okay? That's how we're going to get one of our points. Is I'm going to give you a line like this. You're going to tell me what the slope is. You're going to tell me what the y-intercept is, and you're going to tell me what the equation is. How many of us feel confident that we can do that on a skill check? Good, excellent, because that's how you're going to get one of your points. Let's look at another one. Numero dos. So the second line is going to go through the points. -1, -10. And 3, 2. Yeah. Oh, almost. Man, this thing. There we go. I'm trying. So again, guys, on this one, you need to tell me the slope m, the y-intercept b, and the equation y equals something. Now, I want you to notice that I got that information in the exact opposite order in which I asked for it. Jack gave me the equation first, Sydney gave me the y-intercept, and then I got the slope as well. Is that okay? Yeah, give it to me in whatever order you want. As long as it's all in here, You're going to get your points. Talk to each other and let's see how that goes. Teach! Hmm? The first one what? Yes, -1, -10. Yes, -1, comma, -10. All right, everybody. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Alon, what did you get as the slope of this line?
I didn't get it. I got the Y-intercept.
What is the y-intercept?
-7.
-7, okay. And then, how are you going to get the slope?
Go up.
Sure. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, over 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's something you got to know, guys. On your skill check, these dots are actually not going to be there. So you guys need to actually look at them and figure out where does it cross like a nice corner, because you actually don't have to go up quite that far, Alon. If I'm right here, I can go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Now, don't give me your slope as 3 over 1. How would you reduce that, Alon?
-3.
Just 3, actually. Just 3, because see how it's sloping up? It's an increase. So what would that make the equation? Now that we've got this information, that makes the equation not so bad. What do you get for the equation, Alon?
I got y equals 3x - 7.
Awesome. Or -7 plus 3x. How many of us got y equals 3x minus 7? The slope is 3, and the y-intercept is -7. Cool. And that's how this is going to work, guys. That's exactly how this is going to work. We're going to do one more of these. Oh, yes. Let's see. That's Justin. Kind of. So it's not going to do a thing where it goes through like, okay, let me give you an example of the one instance where it's not. Got a pencil? So I want you to draw a point on -11, comma 0, and -11, comma 5. -11, comma 0, and -11, comma 5. And we're going to draw the line that goes through it. And we're going to label that 3. So this is the last one of these, guys. I want you to tell me what's the slope, what's the y-intercept, what's the equation. This one's a little bit tricky, guys, so be sure you really think about it, especially for the slope and y-intercept. Talk to each other. What's the equation, slope, and y-intercept of that bad dude? Teach! Okay, can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is good. I love this. I love this fiery conversation that this is sparking, and I think you guys do deserve a point for that.
Oh, yeah!
Now, Winon, what's the equation for this? I think that's the easier part of it. What's the equation for this, Winon? What's the equation for this line? That's exactly right. X equals negative 11. How many of us were able to get that? Now, this is the part where it gets really weird. Winon, where does that touch the y-axis? Which is why it has no y-intercept. So you would say there's none. What about the slope, Winon? Do you think you know what that might be? Not quite, because if it was negative 11, that would mean you go down 11 over 1, right? What do you think? What's on your mind, Randy? There is no slope. That's exactly right. And the reason there is no slope is because if I do my change in y over change in x, if I go up 5, how much do I go over? 0. And 5 over 0 is not allowed. That's why we say there's no slope either. So that's the only time that's going to happen, Justin. What you're talking about, solving for that thing, that's going to come later when we do functionology in February. Okay, how are we doing so far, guys? Big thumbs up, feeling pretty good. Big thumbs down, feeling pretty bad. The hell, somewhere in between, cool. Guys, here's the other one. The next parts are going to be like part 2 is going to be, I'm going to give you the equation. Like y equals negative x. You're going to tell me the slope, the y-intercept, and graph and label that line right here onto your coordinate plane. So when I say teach, you're going to say, okay, tell me, where does y equals negative x? What is its slope? What is its y-intercept? And what does it look like on my coordinate plane? And don't forget to label it. Talk to each other, and here we go. I will label it. Teach. I will label it. Yay. All right, everybody. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see what we got out there. Ethan, what's the slope of that line?
The slope of that line is -1.
Awesome. And what's the y-intercept?
0.
Excellent. So, and the nice thing about that is that makes it really easy to graph, because if I put my y-intercept at 0 and my change in y over change in x, which, whoops, if I put my change in y over change in x equals -1 over 1, I can go down 1, right 1, all the way to the bottom. Right on down to the bottom. And then if I think of that as the slope as 1 over -1, which is just as allowed, I can go up 1 and left 1. And I get the graph of my line here. And then we're going to make sure that we label it, right? So I'm going to label that one number 4. How many of us were able to get that one without too much trouble? You guys doing okay out there? Cool. Let's do one more of those, and then we'll look at the third type. I'll tell you what a level 4 is, and I'll tell you the artistic component, too. Because there's an artistic component that you won't get graded on. It's mostly to make it so I don't die of boredom while I'm grading your guys' papers. So, number 5 is going to be y equals 9 plus 5 halves x. you guys graph y equals 9 plus 5 halves x, and then label that as number 5? Talk to each other and let's see how it goes. Teach, teach. Oh, and I also need the M and B. The M and B. Heh, heh, heh. Hee, 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 hee.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, because people are being sad about this. That means I'm doing my job. Hi, Sydney.
Dot on 9.
What's that?
There's already dot on 9.
That's okay. Overlap.
Yeah, the Y-intercept is 9. Oh. I forgot that.
Aha, there it is. Hee, hee, hee. All righty, everybody. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Elizabeth, what is the slope of this line? Yeah, and what's the y-intercept? Awesome. And the problem with graphing this, because a lot of people were groaning about the graph. Why do you think they were doing that, Elizabeth? Exactly. Since I can't go 5 up and 2 right, I have to go 5 down and 2 left. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1, 2. I think I can fit one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1, 2. We connect them with a line. And that's going to be number 5. Because a lot of people don't like it when I make those ones that don't fit, because I love them so much. Now, guys, the third part, how you're going to get the 3 out of 4, is I'm going to give you this. So on number 6, I'm going to tell you something like this. The slope of the line is negative 1/2. The y-intercept is negative 3. You're going to tell me the equation, and you're going to give me the graph. That's how you're going to get a 3. Talk to your partners, and let's see how that goes. Teach! Still recording? Okay, everybody. Can I get you back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Okay, everybody. Let's see here. So what is this? What is the equation for this line? Quinn, what's the equation for this line?
So I got y equals
So remember, it's y equals mx plus b. It actually is giving you the m and the b. So what is the m here?
the m is 1/2.
So negative 1/2 x plus, what's the b?
Negative 3.
And plus a negative 3 is the same thing as minus 3. So it should be y equals negative 1/2 minus 3. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, put a dot, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. Oh, hi there, down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. I just like it when they connect like that. You can also go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Oh, nifty keen. Oh, hooray, my shirts. Yes, if you'll just go pop those on table I, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. It's for cross country. It's true, yeah, but we replenished our shirts because we could get a really good deal on them. Now, we're going to connect those, and we're not going to forget to label that number 6. How many of us were able to do that one just fine? You guys doing okay there? Excellent. That's how you're going to get a 3. Now, guys, how you get a 4 on this is actually, I told my second period what the level 4 was, and they were like, oh, really? Level 4 is this. I give you nothing. You give me an equation that isn't on your skill check, and you're going to tell me what its slope is, and you're going to tell me what its graph is, and you're going to tell me what its y-intercept is. That's your level 4. That's your level 4. Now, can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? I know a lot of you guys are already thinking there. So just so you know, guys, again, it can't be something that was already on here. Now, the last, oh, yes, Leah. Sure, I mean, yeah, it can be any equation you want, as long as it's something you've made up. It's not something that's on here or that we did in class at some point, right? You're making it completely up. Yes, Cal.
Are we allowed to do like X or Y?
Horizontal and vertical lines? Yes, you most certainly are. Now, guys, there's one last thing I want to say to you. When you finish, if you finish early, there's going to be a bunch of colored pencils back there on table J, because a lot of people think that when you graph a bunch of lines on the same thing, it kind of looks like a stained glass window. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity, just for fun, when you're done, to actually grab some colors and color it in as a stained glass window and make it pretty. You don't have to. I won't grade you on it. But honestly, I would love to see that. I would love to see you guys make a cool stained glass window out of your work here. And yeah, that's it. Show me with your fingers, guys. How do you feel like you're going to do on this skill check? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. How's that coming? How's that coming? Okay, very good. What do you guys think is the hardest? The first part, equation to, you get the graph. The second one, you get the equations. Or the third one, you get the slope and y-intercept. How many of us think that the graph is the hardest? You get the graph. You get the equations is the hardest. You get the slope and y-intercept is the hardest. They're all pretty much the same. Okay, we'll take it. Guys, that's all I have for you. If you guys will nose goes to put your rulers back over there in the box, and then I'll dismiss you with the bell. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, but good luck on the skill check. Yes.
Oh, will you give me extra credit if I make an